Live from WFSB, Connecticut's first choice for news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at noon.
Another couple of inches of snow for Connecticut. The snow made for another messy morning drive this winter. The saving grace today, though, many people are off today for the President's Day holiday. Hello, everyone. I'm Sundlun. Thanks so much for joining us for Eyewitness News at noon. And let's get a live look right now from our city cam over Hartford. The snow has tapered off. Meteorologist Mark Dixon is in our early morning forecast center with the very latest and what we can expect for the rest of the day. Mark?
Hey there, Kara. Yes, happy to report that all weather alerts for the state of Connecticut have been canceled, so the system is winding down. If anything, just some passing flurries as we head through the next couple of hours. You can see currently on our early warning pinpoint Doppler scanning live throughout the state. Really not much to speak of. The bigger picture here, you can see the waves of snow moving through earlier this morning. The heaviest or most intense of the precipitation passing just to our south. And notice there's still some lingering areas of rain and snow shower activity through eastern Pennsylvania and northern New Jersey, but that will continue working eastward and not in our direction. Temperatures currently across the state range from the lower to mid and even upper 20s inland, right around the 30-degree mark for the shoreline, but that wind is pretty intense out of the north, sustained between 10 and 20 miles an hour, at times gusting to even higher than that. And when we have that wind and these temperatures that are in the 20s and near 30, it's making it feel to exposed skin more like the teens inland and upper teens to lower 20s along the shoreline, feeling more like 18 in Hartford and 19 in New Haven. So coming up in just a few moments, we'll talk more about how much snow has fallen, take you town by town, show you some of the reports coming into us here in the early warning forecast center, and as well detail what to expect for the next 5 to 7 days. That includes maybe one, if not two more chances of unsettled weather. That's all ahead coming up. Kara?
Thanks, Mark. And a reminder for anyone planning to travel by train today, Metro North is operating on a Saturday schedule for this President's Day. The rail line also continues to run on a reduced train winter schedule on its New Haven line. MTA officials say this harsh winter weather has forced them to take some of the cars out of commission, meaning fewer trains are in service. And for everything you'll need to know this winter, from school closings and cancellations to your early warning forecast, you can find it all on our website, WFSB.com. And you can also friend us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter at WFSB News. A teen in Norwich is being called a hero today after getting his aunt and a few pets out of a burning home. This happened in the Yacht section of Norwich. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Matt McFarland is live with the mobile newsroom at the Norwich Fire Department with more on what happened. Matt?
Good afternoon there, Kara. Well, this fire broke out around 5:30 this morning on McClellan Avenue. We're told that 3 people were in the house along with a number of pets, and the Antic fire chief says everybody was able to get out because of the quick actions of this 13-year-old boy. The lower level garage is completely charred. We're told this is where the fire started. And just a few feet away on the opposite side of the basement was where 13-year-old Steven Siskowski was sleeping.
I was in the basement of our house, and next thing I know, one of my dad's employees opens up the door and says that there's flames in the garage and to go get everyone out of the house.
The 8th grader then ran upstairs, alerted his aunt, grabbed the family's 3 dogs, and ran outside. Firefighters were able to keep most of the fire damage to the basement, but it wasn't easy, considering the fact that there are no hydrants in this part of Norwich, and combine that with this morning's weather.
It was early morning, and they were covered, they were icy, they were slippery. We had to slow our response down for safety, but we did get here in a timely manner as fast as we could, given the road conditions, and we got water on the fire real quick.
Stephen's parents, both at work at the time, arrived home to see this. Fire trucks lining their street, hoses stretching across their front lawn. His dad, a volunteer firefighter with the East Great Plains Department, heard the address and the call go out over the scanner, knowing that his own department was responding to his house. The family says, though, it's thankful. They have insurance and everyone is okay. They're also pretty pleased with their son and his quick thinking.
It feels pretty good that my dad's proud of me, and it's pretty cool that I'm a hero for just getting my own family out of the house.
Now, they are investigating the cause, but the chief says the fire did start in that garage. The Red Cross is assisting. They're providing temporary lodging along with money for food and clothing. Reporting live with the mobile newsroom in Norwich, Matt McFarland, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Congressman Joe Courtney will not enter the race for U.S. Senate. Courtney just released a statement today saying he's going to focus on his work as a congressman and will not be running for the Democratic nomination for Senate. He says, quote, "I am truly grateful for the tremendous encouragement and enthusiastic support I have received from leaders all across Connecticut. As I have considered this question, I look forward to working with all of those who reached out to create a strong future for our state." Tonight, Governor Malloy will make his first stop on his listening tour. The governor will be in Bridgeport at the City Hall Annex Auditorium. This public meeting starts at 7 p.m. Malloy will talk about the state's financial situation and answer questions about his proposed budget. That budget raises taxes on income, gas, and even haircuts. We have a complete list of all the upcoming town hall meetings on our website. Just go to WFSB.com and click on News. And here's a look at what we're working on for Eyewitness News starting tonight at 5 o'clock. Connecticut will hold special elections tomorrow for 9 vacant seats in both the state Senate and the General Assembly. We'll preview the candidates who are hoping for a win. Also, an iTeam investigation into bulletproof vests worn by police officers in one of the state's biggest cities. Why officers say they're not 100% protected. And it's been 7 months since an Enfield man was accidentally shot in the head. We spend a day with him as he goes through intense rehabilitation. Those stories and more starting tonight on Eyewitness News at 5. Still ahead here at noon, anti-government protests continue to spread in the Middle East. We'll have the latest from Libya, Yemen, and Bahrain. And right here in America, another massive protest is expected today in Wisconsin. More on the stalemate at the state's capital. Plus, a live look from our New Haven City Cam, a fresh coat of snow on the Elm City, as we have in many parts of our state. Channel 3 Eyewitness News is everywhere.
You know your garden might be snow covered now,
But it's not too early to start planning for spring.
on the next better, what you need to do now to get your vegetable garden ready.
And then these shawls can help you inside and out.
Find out what secret shawls can do for your mental well-being.
Better Connecticut today at 3.
Celine Dion's Miracle Twins. Then 6 tiny treasures hit the jackpotola. Next Oprah.
Today at 4 in HD on Channel 3, your home for Eyewitness News.
Covering news in your town. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at noon. Eyewitness News is everywhere in Connecticut.
Demonstrators continue to march and protest across the Middle East. The Egypt-inspired unrest has now spread to Libya's capital. Channel 3's Joel Brown has the very latest now from Washington, D.C.
Protesters in Libya showed off the missiles they claim to have taken from the military. Amateur video appears to show demonstrators in control of Benghazi, the nation's second-largest city. And for the first time, the violence is spread to Tripoli. Protesters set fires and stopped traffic in the capital. Witnesses say gunfire erupted overnight in clashes between security forces and demonstrators. Protesters want longtime ruler Muammar Gaddafi to step down. But on state TV, his son warned the unrest could lead to civil war. He vowed to fight to the last man and the last bullet. Since protests began last week, government forces have reportedly killed more than 200 people.
In almost all cases, these were peaceful protesters killed by gunfire.
The Obama administration is condemning the crackdown, indicating the Libyan government could face consequences for using force against the protesters. It is another day of protests on the streets of Yemen. Anti-government demonstrators are calling on President Ali Abdullah Saleh to end his 32-year rule. The U.S.-backed president's refusing to hand over power, instead calling for a national dialogue. In Bahrain, a group of young protesters are now demanding that the entire ruling monarchy step down. Since last week, at least 8 people have died in clashes with government troops in this tiny Gulf nation, which is one of Washington's key allies in the region for fighting terrorism. Joel Brown, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And right here in our own country, another massive protest is planned in Wisconsin today. Demonstrators are angry over the Republican governor's cost-slashing plan that would strip collective bargaining rights for most public employees. It's all part of an effort to balance the state budget, though many Democratic lawmakers have actually left the state and are refusing to come back and vote on this plan. Republicans say they will meet without those lawmakers anyway. 4 Americans continue to be held hostage on a yacht off the coast of Somalia. They'd been sailing around the world distributing Bibles when pirates took them over. A U.S. Navy warship is in the area close to that yacht. The Navy has yet to comment on the situation. Coming up, it's a retired couple's dream, a condo on the move. We'll explain how you can get in on it. Also, a reminder, Wall Street is closed for President's Day. So let's take a live look from our Milford City camera, and it looks like the snow has sort of moved on out. Is that right, Mark?
That is indeed the case. Kara, temperatures, though, on the cold side. It's also a little bit windy. Details on where temperatures are going through the rest of the week, and our next chance for some more unsettled weather ahead in the early warning 7-day forecast.
Well, we've been dealing with some snow today. Thousands of villagers in the central Philippines are fleeing from a volcano. The active Mount Bulusan blasted a column of ash more than a mile high in the sky. Quite a sight to see there. The military is now evacuating 2,000 people from the 2 towns closest to this volcano. Police are handing out masks to people in other surrounding villages. And we're not the only area getting a lot of snow. Check out the conditions in southern Minnesota, where more than a foot of snow is expected. The city has declared itself, it's the 8th state of emergency there so far, and it's the most that Minneapolis has ever recorded.
Now, Channel 3 Early Warning Weather. Powered by Early Warning Pinpoint Doppler. Tracking weather in your town and everywhere in Connecticut.
And here across Connecticut, most of the state, a majority of it from this latest round of winter weather, receiving between 1 and 3 inches of snow. However, it was portions of lower Fairfield County that really saw the jackpot, where we've had some 6 and 7 inch totals coming in. Greenwich there, 7 inches. Stanford around 4. Cornwall, those head a little bit farther north into Litchfield County, around 3 inches there. Milford back on the shoreline, 2.7 inches. As you head farther north and east, Holland around 2.5 inches. And then Litchfield back again in Litchfield County at around 2.3 inches. 2 inches a common figure for Danbury, Waterbury, also for Farmington and New Haven. Weathersfield, 1.8 inches there. Higginham and also Marlborough coming in at 1.5. So temperatures here within the noon hour, with the snow really just tapering off to some lingering flurries. Not really anticipating any more sort of significant accumulations we had through the course of the afternoon. We currently stand in the lower to mid and even upper 20s inland, right around the 30-degree mark along the 95 corridor. And the wind is out there at times gusting to over 20 miles an hour, making it feel more like the teens statewide. And we are seeing still extensive cloud cover from atop Hartford 21, looking off toward the west and southwest. A new fresh blanket of snow there in our capital city as we look at the western extent of Bushnell Park. Wet conditions coming in from our city cam in New London as people are awaiting the ferry, and then also from New Haven. You can see the sidewalks there have been cleared of the snow that has fallen, about, again, 2 inches there in the Elm City. You can see Old Glory moving around just a bit as well with that wind out of the north. So temperatures this afternoon climbing a couple more degrees. We'll make it to the lower 30s near freezing inland, and within a couple degrees of freezing, we'll say lower to mid 30s along the Connecticut coastline. But again, you add in that wind, it's going to feel just a bit colder. So our early warning pinpoint Doppler, again, for the most part, it is scanning clear now. Can't rule out just a couple passing flurries. There you can see the snow from earlier. This is a loop back over the past 12 hours. So a lot of that energy, the worst of it passing just to our south. That's why southwest Connecticut, Fairfield County saw the 6 and 7 inch snowfall totals. But as we look off to our west, notice there's more moisture, more energy here moving through the Midwest, just south of the Great Lakes through Indiana and Ohio. And that is all going to be passing just to our south as we head through the next 24 hours. So tomorrow we're going to be watching the storm pass just to our south, and we'll see that unfold on our early warning futurecast. Tomorrow's weather today starting off at the noon hour today. Again, any lingering precipitation moving off the coast. By 7 o'clock this evening, we are dry across the state, maybe even some partial clearing overnight. And then throughout the day tomorrow, notice we stay high and dry across Connecticut with that storm system passing well to our south. So on our early warning 7-day forecast, tomorrow a couple degrees colder than today with a partly to mostly cloudy sky. Still on the breezy side. We'll start off the day in the lower teens, by the afternoon around 30. Then for Wednesday, more in the way of some sunshine. A cold start as high pressure builds in the single digits. Then we make it to 37. So a nice rebound by the afternoon. Thursday's looking dry, but as we close out the work week, we could bookend this week with some more unsettled weather, maybe some snow transitioning over to a bit of a mix. Dry Saturday, then possibly another storm system in here by Sunday of next week. And then here's a check of shoreline highs, mid to upper 30s through Thursday, back around 44 by Thursday.
Nice.
Yeah.
We could have used that for the whale bowl.
Yeah, some warmer temperatures. I tell you, the wind, the single-digit wind chill values on Saturday night were horrendous. It
Insane.
was not good.
A lot of credit to everyone who stayed to the end. That was really good.
Outside. Brutal.
All righty. Thank you, Mark. And today on Better Connecticut, snow is not stopping us from thinking about spring. So let's check in with my co-host Scott Haney for more on what's in store today.
Kara, coming up today at 3 o'clock on Better Connecticut, check this out. Look at these moves.
Oh, my gosh.
Bradley, what is this?
This is just a taste of what you're going to see at the show Groovaloo, MGM Foxwoods all week.
Oh, we can't wait to see this.
Yeah.
Plus, you like burgers?
Love burgers.
You guys like
burgers?
How about TD Homers? They're giving away free burgers tomorrow, plus reusable snack bags. Stop throwing the plastic into the landfill. It's all coming up today at 3 o'clock on Better Connecticut. Woo!
Help us. Alrighty. Thank you, Scott. Well, in your health news this noon, if you're about to have knee surgery or hip surgery, you might want to stay away from alcohol. This is according to a new study. Researchers found that the more people drink before getting a knee or hip replaced, the more likely they are to suffer complications after surgery. These complications included pneumonia, stroke, and life-threatening infections. Researchers studying obese patients with knee problems also found that losing weight can help. Researchers say obese patients who lost an average of 57 pounds in 6 months by undergoing weight loss surgery show significant improvements in their knee pain, stiffness, and general physical function. A new study shows a heart attack does not necessarily change a person's unhealthy eating habits. In a group of 2,500 patients, researchers found more than half ate fast food at least once a week 6 months after having a heart attack. Some did cut back, though. The study found older patients and those who underwent bypass surgery were more likely to avoid fast food. Well, we live in a Facebook world, and a couple in Egypt is paying the ultimate tribute to the social networking site for helping free its people from President Hosni Mubarak. We're going to tell you what they did. But first, some people with something to celebrate today. Congratulations, Emma in New Britain, 102 years old today. Happy birthday, everyone, on this Monday, February 21st, and happy anniversary as well.
It's the last line of defense between police and a criminal's gun. But in Hartford, some cops are wearing bulletproof vests that have expired. An iTeam investigation shows vests have been paid for but not delivered. We want to know why tonight. Eyewitness News is everywhere with Denise DeCenzo, weeknights on Channel 3.
Tourists to Britain can now learn a little bit more about the upbringing of Prince William's fiancée. Now you can board a bus tour and actually check out where Kate Middleton grew up, her former schools, and the church where she was baptized. You can even grab a drink at the Old Boot Inn pub where she's been seen with Prince William. The Middletons are regulars there, and the pub's owner just received his invite to the wedding in April. A zoo in Japan is getting ready for some new residents. 2 giant pandas will arrive from China today to replace giant panda Ling Ling, who died back in 2008. The arrival of the pandas is going to be great for business. The zoo has already spent 90 million Japanese yen revamping its giant panda house, and nearby restaurants and stores are advertising everything panda to rake in more cash. In Egypt, a new father is so proud of the role that Facebook played in his country's revolution, he has named his baby girl after it. An Egyptian newspaper reports the man is calling his daughter Facebook Jamal Ibrahim. Facebook, along with other social networks, was used by protesters to spread the word about their uprising against then-President Hosni Mubarak. Check this out. Why live in one place when you can look out your window and see something new every day? That is the premise behind the River City Condos in Texas. The floating condo complex has 180 condos, an 18-hole golf course, mail delivery system, a medical clinic, and even a helicopter pad. So far, they've sold 24 units, excuse me. Construction on the riverboat is expected to begin this summer. Let's take a live look this noon from our city camera over our Channel 3 studios in Rocky Hill. You don't want to be on a boat out there today. Too cold. We'll take another check of the forecast after this.
Coming up today at 4 on Oprah, Celine Dion and the children she calls her miracle twins. Don't miss the television debut of her new babies, Eddie and Nelson, and a private tour of her spectacular Florida Fantasyland. Don't miss today's Oprah. Then at 5, get all the day's top stories, plus the early warning forecast. Eyewitness News is everywhere. Tonight, beginning at 5. We'll see you then.
Bruce, Mark, Scott, Curtis. Plus, early warning pinpoint Doppler. The team, the technology. Only on Eyewitness News.
So the snow has moved on out for now?
It is done. We've got some clouds that will be sticking around for the rest of the day, maybe a passing flurry, but there you can see all that energy that moved through this morning, moving well off the coast. And as you look to the left part of your screen, notice there's more rain and snow through Ohio and Indiana, back through Michigan and Wisconsin. That is all going to pass to our south as we head through tonight and tomorrow. So tomorrow, a dry but somewhat colder day than today. Temperatures, in fact, overnight with some clearing, we're going down to the lower single digits, or lower teens, I should say, pardon me. And then tomorrow afternoon, make it to around 30. Still a little bit on the breezy side. The wind dies down tomorrow night. That's when we go down into the single digits. 37 by Wednesday afternoon, some sunshine. Dry on Thursday, and then as we close out the week, likely another storm system bringing some unsettled weather, maybe a bit of a wintry mix and snow to start. And then by Saturday dry, then another system in here by Sunday of the upcoming weekend.
All righty. That is our time for right now. Thank you so much for being here for Eyewitness News at noon. Try and stay warm out there.
Yes, indeed.
Your next Eyewitness News starts right back here at 5 o'clock. Have a great day, everyone.
Hello.
Tomorrow morning, a much better picture than today. I'm going to let you know what Mother Nature has in store for us the rest of the week.
Get the latest on weather and road conditions every 10 minutes. For the stories that happened while you slept.
Join us for Eyewitness News beginning at 4:30.